People should receive chiropractic care because chiropractic allows a person to achieve a state of optimal health and well-being. Many people think that chiropractic is just a way to relieve their back pain, that it's a good treatment for back or neck pains or strains, but it's much more than that. The nervous system controls and coordinates every activity in the body, and when there's interference on the nervous system, the body cannot function at an optimal level. So by receiving chiropractic care, at least periodically, a person can achieve a better state of health and live a pain-free life.
Mainly I like to cook, and I like to do especially like big complex casseroles. That's what I love to do, and you get a big pan of that and you try to get back out of the oven and it's like, oh, you know, this is gonna hurt.
I had been to chiropractic, neurosurgeons, all the way to back surgeries, and none of those worked for me.
Spinal decompression is a system of separating the vertebrae gently to create a negative pressure or a vacuum effect between the vertebrae. And as the vertebrae separate, fluids and nutrients can enter the disc to allow the disc to heal. Many times people have compressive forces on their spine that cause nerve irritation, sciatic pain. And decompression allows the vertebrae to separate, and as those vertebrae begin to separate, the pressure on the nerve is reduced. So a person that has a bulging or herniated disc can get relief. A person with degenerative disc disease can benefit as well. And it will restore the mobility or the freedom of movement in their spine.
The very first time that he put me on that DRX 9000, it worked. The pain just went away.
Felt so good that I decided to put this patio in that I've always wanted.
Spinal decompression is a safe, effective, non-surgical treatment, FDA cleared, for the treatment of a number of conditions: degenerative disc disease, bulging, herniated discs, sciatica, failed back surgery, and chronic back pain. A bulging disc occurs when the disc becomes inflamed. If you can imagine stepping on a jelly donut, and the jelly does not come out yet, it's just swollen a little bit. The jelly donut swells, like an inner tube swelling on one side. That's a bulging disc. That can cause nerve pressure, and that can cause sciatica, which is pain down the leg. Another condition is a ruptured disc or a protruding disc. If you step on the jelly donut a little bit harder and the jelly begins to come out of the jelly donut, that's a protrusion. If the jelly comes completely out and blows out completely, that's a herniated disc or a rupture. That condition is most serious, but can also be benefited by chiropractic care and by decompression therapy. Many people do bring their children here for chiropractic care. A parent may bring their child in not because they're having neck or back pain, but because they want that child to experience better health. Many kids have misalignments from the first day in life. In fact, the birth process puts tremendous pressure and stress on a child's head. Well, think from that point forward, falls, learning how to walk. Those activities can cause misalignment. Once those misalignments are identified and we do gentle chiropractic care for the children, they can begin to experience better health than they have in years. My son, for example, he was adjusted when he was 2 days old, and he's been quite healthy since. But it's very important that at least children get checked periodically to see that their spines are growing as healthy as possible. The laser uses photons or light energy, which energizes damaged cells, and that increases circulation, decreases inflammation, and decreases pain. The laser is really incredible because it penetrates so deep. We use a class 4 laser, which can penetrate 5 inches down into the tissue. So if a person has a disc problem in their lower back, we can treat it non-invasively, non-surgically. The laser is very comfortable. It feels like a warm, soothing sensation, and it can decrease the inflammation in the disc in a very short period of time. Other conditions that are very successfully treated with a laser are carpal tunnel syndrome, tendinitis of the wrist or elbow, shoulder pain, strains of the shoulder, neck conditions and degenerative changes in the neck, knee problems, hips, ankles, plantar fasciitis in the feet. So if it's an itis condition, an inflammatory condition, in most cases the class 4 laser in a very short series of visits, 3, 4, 5, 6 visits or so, can solve that problem. If you would like more information about our practice or the treatments we have to offer, give us a call at 794-0800 or check it out on the web at callmepainfree.com. And remember, don't take a pill, call Dr. Gil.